Welcome to module number 5. In this module, we shall cover the learning outcome number 3, understanding the importance of people in the context of successful projects. So what are we going to cover in this particular module? We will cover the organizational and project ecosystem, the various people involved, the various interactions, and the various stakeholder groups that we engage with is the first area of our conversation and learning. And the second one would be projects require change management. And the third area of coverage would be stakeholders. And then we'll talk about culture, along with collaboration and co-creation, leadership, and management. Now, organizational and project ecosystem, what's the key message? The purpose of a project is to deliver change which will affect people in their business as usual activities, routines, and responsibilities. How well the change is implemented, and therefore how well the project performs, depends on the capabilities of the project team, the strength of the relationship between them, and the people impacted by the change. Now, organizations are a complex ecosystem of fluctuating relationships. Projects change organizations regardless of whether or not it is their primary purpose. Projects combine a unique set of people from across the business, user, and supply communities for a limited period of time. To successfully deliver the project, all levels of leadership must establish a culture that motivates people. Here we've got an interesting diagram of the organizational and project ecosystem. Now, this particular circle is an organizational ecosystem. The organizational ecosystem consists of the internal elements of an organization, including staff, board, owners, and other stakeholders, together with organizations' external relationships such as customers, partners, suppliers, regulators, and competitors. And then this circle out here is the project ecosystem. Those elements of the business involved in or directly impacted by the project and the associated users and suppliers. And this particular dark shaded area is the intersection or the interaction of the ecosystems. So the lines are basically the relationships, and the dots are peoples or groups. So this particular slide basically talks about the intersection of the project and the organizational ecosystems. Now let's kind of go through a scenario, making decisions at the best level. FinDef has established 4 layers of governance to oversee program delivery, address issues, and ensure that decisions are made at the appropriate level. Now, the model is underpinned by the principle of management by exception, where each governance body operates within designated levels of authority. Now, this principle is the heart of empowering people to self-organize and stay in control with the appropriate level of governance. Operational day-to-day matters in the life of individual projects, such as approval of stage gates, scope changes, or selection of suppliers, are covered at the local level as a key responsibility of the project board. A program board has also been established to oversee the progress and health of the FinDef 2 program, with the authority to make decisions at the program level, such as agreeing the program and project tolerances and signing off the completion of each tranche, including deliverables. Should there be a need for additional change to investment over 20% of the original program budget, the investment committee is required to be involved in the decision and retain ultimate authority over the program finances. Finally, strategic decisions must be escalated to the leadership board, who are at the top of find-F hierarchy. Strategic decisions include entering the end user market rather than focusing solely on business to business, using a new technology or introducing a new DevOps department in the corporate structure, which demand a higher level focus, including mitigation of business and reputational risks. Here we've got some interesting ideas on the need for change management in projects. Projects require change management. Now, all projects result in a change in how people, organizations, and systems operate the current state to a future target state that incorporates the use of the project products. Effective leadership is required to deliver this particular change. An example would be a hospital which uses a lot of paper. It might be moving from a heavy paper-based hospital operation to a paper light or to no paper kind of environment. And that would require a significant change. Now, change management is the means by which an organization transitions from the current state to the target state. The current and target states can be captured and described as a set of routines, responsibilities, relationships, cultures, and capabilities. Identifying which areas of the organization will be impacted by the project as it transitions from the current state to the target state describes the change the project will deliver. For some projects, there may be interim states the business will transition through, and these can also be described. The three project interests are the business, the supplier, and the user interests. So figure 3.2 talks about the three interests, and the size of the bubbles can vary. For example, for some projects, the majority of the users may sit in the organizational ecosystem. For some projects, all the suppliers could fall within the project ecosystem as they are uniquely engaged for the specific project and have no other relationship with the business. Understanding where the business, suppliers, and the user interests sit in each of the ecosystems helps in deciding how they will be represented on the project and how they will be engaged.